Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm joined by Dylan Falco, the coach of Fnatic. Now, yesterday's you guys suffered quite a lengthy defeat to Misfits. First game you played on patch 8.4 here in the EU LCS studio. Was it a misread on the meta or was it something else that caused your loss?
I think ultimately our game yesterday was really close. I believe it was like a 54-minute long game and there was a lot of opportunities we could have won. That being said, I thought Misfits' draft was very creative. They had obviously the Nivea pick yesterday, something we hadn't practiced against in scrims at all. So I think it was a mix of both. I think if we were playing at our absolute best, we could have won, but I think they're a good team and they came in with a good plan.
So have you adapted for your games today?
A few slight adaptations. I'm sure if we run into like an identical draft from yesterday, we'll know exactly what to do. But I think there'll be still some learning to do on the patch.
It's understandable, only 2 competitive games on the patch. You probably need a little bit of time to get your teeth into it. Fnatic as a team didn't really have that many roster swaps over the offseason, but systemically there seems to have been some changes with YoungBuck coming in, with trying to play less around Rekkles as a solo carry. How have you and the support staff at Fnatic actually changed things this split?
So I think for our team, YoungBuck coming in was a huge change. He brought a lot of macro knowledge, gave us a lot of presentations of how we should be approaching the game. And I think support staff-wise, with me and him working as a coaching unit, it's really effective. I think we complement each other very well. And he can bring all of his macro knowledge. I can bring a lot of my knowledge of jungling, of early game, and we can just work together for a lot of our match preparation.
So it's a symbiosis between you and YoungBuck. It makes a lot of sense. We're coming into playoff season now as well. You guys are almost secured a playoff spot. It's not mathematically guaranteed, but one more win should do it for you. Are there any teams that you're worried about coming into playoffs? Any teams that you don't really want to face?
I think we'll be fine in best of 5 right now against any team in the EU LCS. I think maybe G2 and Misfits look the strongest. Obviously, we lost both our games to Misfits, and G2 has had a really strong season so far.
Okay, so how does best of 5 actually change from best of 1 for you and for Fnatic?
I think the biggest change of best of 5 is really simple. There's more games, so the better team will win more often. In addition to this, I think you have a lot more leeway for more creative picks. I know a lot of our games have gone late game, but it really seems that in a best of 1 format, playing very standard, reliable, and scaling champions is just a more reliable way to win against weaker teams. But this is not the best strategy in best of 5.
Okay, we'll have to see how you guys do in the playoffs. Good luck in your match against Vitality today as well. We're going to hand it over towards Sjokz and Amazing at our incredible video wall.
That it is. Thank you very much, Medic. Surprisingly, not a lot of words about our opponent's Vitality, even though he snubbed them and said that G2 and Misfits were the biggest competitors going into playoffs. Interesting from Dylan Falco, but Dylan Falco and Fnatic, they face a tough challenge tonight, as that is exactly the team they are up against, Vitality. And Vitality have their eyes set on the first place because of Fnatic's loss yesterday to Misfits and Vitality picking up the win over Schalke, turning it around. Vitality is back in the race. They've turned around their 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, it's going to be incredibly hard for Dylan to actually dismiss Vitality again if they actually keep up the momentum from yesterday, where they actually executed well against Schalke. They played well around Jiizuké again. Gilius was basically playing around the mid lane, enabling his mid laner, what he's done so often in the beginning of the split and in the win running.
Italian stallion Jiizuké is back with the support of his jungler Gilius, and when we talk about this team, when we have talked about this team, it's a lot about the emotions and the momentum. They went on a 4-game losing streak, they couldn't turn it around. How much of a momentum shift will this be for them, Amazing?
It's going to be a ton for them because we've talked to Gilius already yesterday, where he was on the PGL, and he seemed really confident. He knew that the practice was going better, and it seems to be something that happens for Vitality. 1 week, they have good practice, they're playing really well, and they're building upon it.
Gilius said they were going to destroy Fnatic, they were going to destroy everyone in the playoffs, and, well, unluckily for him, you can't delete what you said on air, so we can just run a replay if we want to hear it again. But on the opposite side of the rift, we have their opponents, the current first-place team, Fnatic. They looked unstoppable last week. They won 7 games in a row. They beat G2, but then they fell to Misfits yesterday. Now, I don't want to undo everything we've said about this team. It is still a very strong team fighting for first, but we want to see them shore up some of their mistakes, be a more complete team if they want to fight for that first place.
We saw some ways already how they could get exploited by both G2 in their win, but then also against Misfits in their loss, where the ultimate game, doesn't seem that stable. They can fall behind, and they sometimes try to almost like over-rely on the late game and on the late game carries.
Well, their late game carries are phenomenal. Rekkles, even in the loss yesterday versus Misfits, played almost pixel perfect. He did a lot to try and win that game, but I think it's fair to say that if you have so much quality, you can't always rely on those late game carries. We also want to see something from sOAZ, from Broxah.
They have to become a more complete team, because we saw yesterday, Rekkles played almost picture perfect, but the one mistake he did in the late game cost him the win instantly. So it has to come from somewhere else, where not just Rekkles is putting up great numbers, but also other members are stepping up. And Caps has kind of taken that secondary carry role, but I want to see more of Broxah and sOAZ especially.
Especially in the volatility we've seen under patch 8.4, one mistake can and will cost you those games. It is a battle for first place. That is why we want to see perfection from Vitality and Fnatic and a statement win over each other. Super close race for first with G2, Vitality, and Fnatic. Amazing. Will Team Vitality take back their first place spot today and beat Fnatic?
Honestly, for the sake of excitement, it has to happen, because I want to see a three-way tie amongst the top teams.
Well, we'll see if that happens. What is it going to come down to? Can you put your eye on one matchup that you want to see?
Gilius against Broxah. If Gilius is able to actually play aggressive and honestly bully Broxah, I think that swings in Vitality's favor.
We are looking at the jungle, but we are honestly looking at every single lane for both Fnatic and for Vitality. The race for first place is super close. G2 and Vitality are breathing down Fnatic's neck. We'll see what happens. It's time to find out who will claim the top spot, as we are ready for Fnatic versus Vitality. Drakos, take it away.
Thank you, Sjokz. I'm so ready for this, Deficio. I wanted to see this. We looked at the matchups kind of, we were like, all right, Fnatic versus Misfits, very hype. Vitality been on a downswing. But after Vitality rising up yesterday, after Fnatic are falling down, suddenly I feel like these teams are going to be playing at a very even level. At least I'm ready to see it.
We are calling it their second match of the week for a reason. One, Fnatic is in it, so it's always an easy one. And then second, well, Vitality, as you said, bounce back. And I love that Gilius looked good in that game. It's been a while since we've seen that, and it was important for this team because they need their jungler. He's the one who snowballs mid lane. He's the one who makes the big calls for this team. And the confidence he showed yesterday, I want to see that in game.
And all you need to do is check his Twitter if you want to know if Gilius had a good game. You don't need to look at the match recap. If there is some trash talk on that Twitter, he had a great game. And there's some trash talk. So clearly things coming together for Vitality. I want to see if they can keep it together. I want to see what happens. Let's say they don't win the early game. Let's see it doesn't work out perfectly. Can they stay focused? Can they win in the late game? Because if you're going up against Fnatic, a team that very clearly playing in these late game team fight scenarios.
Yeah, they've been doing that recently. I would like to see Fnatic try and switch it up a little bit and go for maybe a comp where they can actually snowball early and then play around the mid game as well. But obviously that is Vitality's style at the same time.
I think Sivir is the big question for both of us. It's been a pick for Rekkles in a couple of games now. It's been that team fighting pick that he's relied on so heavily. It was good against G2. It kind of faltered a little bit against Misfits just due to the composition.
Just the very last fight. But yes, 100% agree. And we also made it tough now. Fnatic get rid of the Tahm Kench, been Jactroll's best champion. Also, it generally denies a lot of pick compositions. So I like it. Skarner is available in this draft out of the standard, oh my god, this champion cannot be left open or he has to be first picked. Among Galio, Ryze, Skarner, and Camille, all four have been removed. So now it's a little bit more free. I think Xayah first pick is good. I actually prefer that over Tristana personally because it sets up Xayah Rakan, which I like a lot. But in this one, they do grab Tristana for Rekkles, and it is Rekkles.
It is Rekkles is Tristana. We've heard so much when we talked to him 2 weeks ago on Euphoria. We talked about how teams should not be giving away Tristana as a pick. Now, that was 8-3. Have been some nerfs on 8-4, a little bit less reliable on that ultimate as the cooldown is longer, but it's still a very strong champion, especially in Europe.
Yeah, now we have to see Vitality. They do not want to grab Xayah Rakan on their side because they know Alistar can then come in as a pick for Hylissang, and that is a tough lane to play against. So they don't go for that dual lane. Instead, they grab what they consider the best available jungler and, of course, the best top lane choice in the side. I think Cho'Gath here will be a fine choice for sOAZ. Fnatic generally are very happy when they can go tank v tank top and then rely on mid and bot lane to carry. So I think tank top would be the obvious choice for sOAZ.
Ooh, interesting too. Going to give a more aggressive jungler to Broxah, one of the members that had some decent criticism thrown his way after the previous game, now giving him a little bit more emphasis, a little bit more damage in his hand.
Also due to all the junglers taken away in this draft. 2 bans, 1 picked. Kha'Zix is one of the absolute best junglers, especially now when there is less vision to track him. Does set up a very nice 1-3-1 comp as well. Rekkles can hold the mid lane with the Tristana, while Caps could be on a potential split pusher. It is the Azir for Jiizuké. always have mixed opinions about it. I think he's good on it for sure, but it does sometimes slow down Vitality a bit.
Yeah, and we've seen that be a big issue for them in the past. Now, admittedly, he had some really highlight moments yesterday, some not so highlight moments, but generally a good performance from him. And Deficio, one thing that's really interesting about this draft is we Cho'Gath banned away as we enter the second ban phases. We've seen a lot of picks in the past go towards Cabochard's last picks, that is. He's always getting the counter pick. We've talked about how this is the case, and I like the Vitality are shifting. Now he's getting the tank.
Yeah, give him the tank, you know, don't play around him. Go to the other lanes. That's what every team is doing so far. That Cho'Gath we talked about, which could have been great for sOAZ, is of course taken away. Ornn is still open, as the other tank can just match against this Sion. Obviously Ornn will struggle a little bit in the laning phase there, but the ulti is always valuable as a giant engaged tool. Shen also removed it.
And to be fair, you want to stop 1-3-1, you want to stop Rekkles Tristana. Taking a Shen away has never historically been a bad idea, and it's a champion that has been rising in popularity, especially when teams are so frequently reliant on AD carries to deal damage.
So we gotta see the bot lane from Vitality's side. They've lost the 3 main melee supports that they could have gone with in Taric, Alistar, and Tahm Kench. There are still a lot of range supports you can play. We've seen a lot of Zilean from different European supports to get, especially with things like a Caitlyn, for a super strong late game. And Vitality's side is a lot of scaling, so I want to leave that option open of a potential Zilean pick for Jactroll coming in. I was going to mention Maokai as a potential tank that could return to the meta. He builds Banner of Command, you know. He is a tank that can scale and be really strong in team fights.
I see. It's a nice checklist we have for current viable champions.
Can you build Banner of Command and are you a tank?
There you go. 2 items, folks.
Oh,
is
wait
viable.
a minute. Thought for a moment he would do it, but it is a dog champ for sOAZ in the top lane.
The OG dog champ, one of his favorites. Now, okay, so you talked about the Zilean, you talked about pure late game, this option to help set up Minitroupax. I want to know what Fnatic are going to round out this composition with. Draven and Orion.
Always think about Corki here for caps whenever I see a Z on the other side and I see Fnatic want to play with super strong team fight, then Corki becomes the main pick for caps. I mean, people don't take it away from him, so he might as well just keep playing it.
Yeah, we've seen this matchup a lot recently. Caps versus Azir. Well, Caps versus Azir for sure, but Corki versus Azir.
Let's see, is there anything else he could grab as a melee support? Not really for himself. I think Zilean would make a lot of sense. Morgana could also be a choice. Works against the point and click from Maokai there. Interesting. Want to go for more aggressive laning phase on the side of Vitality. The Lantern can be used against the Maokai and whichever target he does decide to go for, but not a strong late game pick as a Braum. And seeing as there's a ton of scaling on both sides, Thresh can, in the end, become a little bit too bad in late game.
There's still so much on individual talent now, and very often we see the individual talent focus be on Jiizuké. He's got the outplay champion. He's got someone who needs to snowball in the early game, but now it's Jactroll who I feel like has to get some work done on this Thresh. Prove that the pick is worthwhile. I
do like the fact there's a lot of lanes that can push, at least for Vitality. Sion top lane against the Maokai. Bot lane, if they do play well with this Thresh here, it is always tough to kill a Braum lane, but I just want to see with Vitality, because this to me is not camp mid at all, even though we know they've tried that against Caps last time they played, and it actually was very successful. But typically, Azir Corki is just a farm matchup, and we might see Gilius look elsewhere, especially around bottom side in this game, while, of course, Broxah can look to invade on the Zac with this Kha'Zix.
I'm excited to see what Broxah can do on the Kha'Zix. For the most part, this feels like Fnatic composition at its core. Caps and Rekkles set up for success, but Broxah throwing us a curveball on the Kha'Zix pick. sOAZ back to the dog champions. Hylissang there to protect the carries as well, and on the opposite side, Vitality. Is this the resurgence? Will they continue to rise? Those are the questions that this game is going to answer.
I kind of hope so. I actually really want a 3-way tie for first place. Suddenly means that it's impossible to predict who gets the bye, who gets straight to that semi-final, which is always
huge.
What these teams are playing for here in the regular season.
Oh man, Deficio.
Drakos.
That's my name. Here we go. Ooh, well done. Observer team. Exciting, dramatic intro, and why, my friends? Because it is basically Match of the Week version 2. Let's set some stakes.
Oh, wait.
Deficio.
Rekkles and Hylissang snuck in behind Vitality's bottom lane here. I don't think Vitality know they're in there. Rekkles could have just jumped over with W, and Hylissang could have followed with his little dash onto him to sneak their way in. No one is face-checking them at the moment. Oh, they're gonna find Minitroupax!
Here they go. Gonna go in. Gonna look for 1 stack. Get 2. Get 3.
They got
4.
it.
They're gonna take him down. Instant first blood.
Come on, that's brilliant, man. Get W on the Tristana,
Oh my
walk to the
God.
wall, jump the wall, have Braum jump to you, so you don't have to show yourself.
You were just complaining last game. We never see aggressive level 1s
And then
anymore.
we get it. Thank you, Fnatic. Thank you. I like the creativity from Hylissang and Rekkles. No one expects that. Minitroupax is just kind of standing there doing what you normally do. You just scout to see if anyone walks up the ramp.
Oh my god, and this is so rough too, because you have to imagine for Gilius, he goes, okay, how do I get both my buffs now? I go into the jungle of a Kha'Zix to try to get that safely?
Yeah, he might have to settle for just a red buff. Obviously, Broxah is not staying after taking that blue buff. He does go straight back to his own jungle, so he can match whatever Gilius is doing. And Fnatic put a ward in the river near their own blue buff to spot if Gilius is moving over. So I like that level 1. Typically, it only works once, because then people have seen it, but sneaky, sneaky. And it paid off. They didn't even have to use any flashes.
It definitely does. We talked about Rekkles on Tristana. Usually it's at 3 items, but I'll take it at level 1 too. Good look for the team overall. Puts Minitroupax and Jactroll in a bit of a rough spot. Now, good news.
Didn't hurt them too much.
Hylissang got the kill. They didn't get to back, so they don't actually have any of the gold that they got from that play yet. All they got was Rekkles starting with Rocket Jump, not ideal. Hylissang using Ignite. So until they actually spend that money, Deficio, I don't feel like they're set up for success.
Exactly. But I will have to know that Hylissang is currently 400 gold ahead. He is truly the main carry of Fnatic at the moment. Gilius, as we highlighted before, the strategy last time they played was camp caps. He's doing it again.
Sjokz is always going to be able to connect 1, look to grab 2. Caps could just get taken down right now. 1 more auto attack. They're going to get it. Firing back Deficio. This is the throwback to Spring, dude. Camp caps to beat Fnatic.
Dude, this is a throwback to earlier this split when Vitality did exactly this. I did not expect it actually to work again with a level 3 gank. But Caps had no clue that Gilius walked into a jungle where there would be no camps for him to kill to just pull off an early gank. Caps didn't end up flashing away instantly. Gilius catches him, and that's first blood for Jiizuké. The whole strategy of camping for him works.
Gilius playing like a man possessed. You can see CSD not great, falling behind, but willing to go give his junglers the time of the day. The K+A at 15, that's the successful ganks coming through for Gilius. Didn't see him play a ton around his laners yesterday, but it worked out. Now, the opposite side, Deficio, this is what gets scary. People, look at that 49%. You know what that is? That's time enemy junglers spend camping caps.
Yeah.
Gilius is doing the same thing, and it's already working. This is bad news for Fnatic.
Well, it is 1-1 in kills because Fnatic got the first blood. It is not the end of the world, but it is how Vitality tends to win games. It is Jiizuké getting ahead, and that is the perfect start for them.
It is not the end of the world, but I think it's definitely an advantage to Vitality right now because Hylissang getting a kill, not quite as impactful as Azir getting a kill in the mid lane. Still, however, the push remains pretty even. Broxah remains the terrifying Kha'Zix threat, and you can see, you saw the massive CS deficit that Gilius got. You know, still a pretty big CS deficit. You can see he sacrificed a lot.
As long as you get kills, man, that's how you get the gold.
Oh, here comes
Jactroll is coming. Camp mid, camp mid.
Jiizuké wants a little bit more caps. The flash, the hook. Where's he gonna go? He goes right into the tower. The perfect setup, the ignite. Oh, baby, bye. Make it look easy, fresh and clean. You can't walk under the tower, folks. It's a free hook.
Man, I love it, Vitality. Yeah, we know exactly what to do. And the fact that the first gank worked already was horrible for Caps because he had to use his flash. Then it's really difficult to get wards on the map, as we already know, without the Tracker's Knife. So when the enemy team gets ahead, they can just start putting control wards everywhere. Double control ward from Vitality near mid lane. Caps sees nothing. And then Jactroll just walks in and kills him.
And we talked about it. If you want to pick the Thresh, you got to get something out of it. Jactroll already making stuff happen.
And this is normally a farm matchup. But now it's 2 kills for Jiizuké. Well done, Vitality.
And I mean, if anyone is going to bait you in with some kind of meta pick, it's probably Vitality. Azir's a farm matchup? Oh, no. Sir, Azir is lane dominant. This is an assassin.
Oh, even Gilius gets to join and gets an assist for himself and the rest of Vitality. Great roam from Jactroll, showing why he wanted to play his Thresh. And Fnatic's bottom lane here, normally you do communicate it. Maybe they did, and maybe Caps just wasn't ready for it, or he thought he could outplay it, but a support got to freely walk mid.
Yeah.
Didn't lose anything. Hey guys, I believe Gilius wants to gank mid again.
Ooh, this is weird. I haven't seen this before.
I've never seen someone do this.
How does this work?
Wow, he's actually in that brush, potentially ganking Caps.
Look at this, look at this. There's like a Kha'Zix who's going to be level 6.
Wait. Jactroll's on his way.
Oh my god.
Oh, he gets spotted by the ward here. Maybe he's giving it away. Caps is like, I'm not even moving forward in this lane.
Okay, but here's the deal, Deficio. Yes, Vitality have a gold lead, but it's 200. Now it's 100. And you want to know why? This Kha'Zix is free farming.
But I don't care. Jiizuké, the best player on Vitality on Azir, has 2 kills. I will take that above a Kha'Zix getting farm all the time.
And look, we talked about other people on the Fnatic lineup needing to step up, right? We've seen what Caps and Rekkles can do when they're ahead. You saw just on your screen how good Rekkles is at Tristana. Now we need to see how good Broxah is, because he's getting the free farm. Yes, he's not getting the gank, but he has a pretty substantial gold lead over the opposition, or at least he should. What does he do with it?
Well, we have to see if he can actually go kill. Like, normally, Kha'Zix really excels at, fighting the enemy jungler, or later on in the game when everyone is split up on all 3 lanes, he kind of sneaks through the brushes, super fast, hard to spot with so few wards, and then he ganks you in the side lane. None of these teams are looking to split push against each other. It's definitely going to be a lot of just pure team fighting, so Broxah needs to be creative in how he's actually going to find openings. Ganking mid for him, no.
Yeah,
not gonna work.
Can we just get like a ward cam action? They're going to take a blue buff. No one's going to kill each other. Let's just look at the vision, folks. Oh, let's get the, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
So,
oh, they didn't see him.
Didn't see Broxah because he went through that bush, but
oh, he's going bot lane, maybe.
It's kind of difficult to approach this lane.
It is.
Minitroupax playing with fire, though.
Jactroll no flash. If he does make his way down, we'll spot him now.
Blast cone. May just try to find the engage. Jactroll trying to sidestep. Good play does pull him back. They are going to leap in, both of them on the front line. Hook goes back. Not going to connect. Hylissang, though, could just be in trouble. Out comes the elastic slingshot. Not going to connect in the end. One going to get connected. Stretching strikes does manage to go in. Is going to try to ult him right back into Jactroll. Is it going to be enough? Hylissang goes bye-bye. Broxah next on the menu. Ace in the hole, baby. Don't even need it because there's Jiizuké. Vitality. My God, man. Just so clean.
Fnatic were the ones trying to make the play here. Yeah, they knew there was no flash on Jactroll, but they didn't hit anything. They missed almost every single skill shot, and he just danced around. He got out. Cabochard is here. Now he's ganking mid.
Leave Caps alone, man. He just wants to farm.
Oh.
He might die. He does not have a lot of mana. Jiizuké is here too. Oh no. Ulti comes out. Cabo takes that one. He says 3 is enough for Jiizuké, but
they're gonna get bot lane tower.
This
is insane snowballing.
What is that, dude? I thought for sure that this would be a pretty close game. I thought, hey, Fnatic are coming down, but I think a lot of people still would have given it to Fnatic. I did not think we would see week 1 Vitality on this stage again, Deficio.
Well, back to camping mid lane, and it works for the Broxah.
Oh, this is his chance to shine. Heal does come out, walks away.
Oh, he's maybe hoping to get a flash there, but Jiizuké kept it cool. Just used the healing. He's fine. Go back to base. 3 kills on Azir early on. Bot lane, let's see the play again. So, no flash on Jactroll. They're like, haha, we can easily kill him. They jump down, but look at Jactroll jumping around. He doesn't get slowed by the jump, dodges the Q from Hylissang, and just gets to walk out. And now Gilius shows up for the counter gank. Good damage coming down.
Yeah, but the thing we forget, look at Jiizuké's coming too.
Well, this is really good by Gilius. Gets CC into flash ult, knocks 2 people back into his dual lane. They secure the first kill, and then of course Jiizuké can roam first. He gets another easy kill for himself in Vitality. This is Gilius and Jiizuké getting early kills mid, then snowballing it to the side lanes.
Yo.
It is truly early game, and also Jactroll.
You cannot forget Jactroll, though. This guy,
he
lives
mentioned
mid.
his name.
What did we say in Chick Big Spam? We're like, okay, Gilius is going to gank bottom. They're going to mix it up. They've got a good lane to gank bottom. Nope. Leave Minitroupax alone. Send everybody mid. Vitality know who their carry is. They're playing to that win condition. But now,
Didn't forget him, Drakos. I was going to make it dramatic.
because see, Medic's a support main, and if we didn't call out the support, he would flame us for the rest of the night.
It was more because, we have the Gilius Jiizuké storyline, so I wanted that to be the big focus.
Gilius Jiizuké.
And then I would add in the Jactroll towards the end as a little bonus, the dessert. Not the main course.
Also Jactroll.
And also Jactroll. And
But now we look at it. Early game so readily in favor of Vitality. 2K gold lead, Deficio. They're clearly in control of the map. What do Fnatic do now? How do they come back from this deficit? Because
well, the only lane where they can still do something is the 2v2 lane, because Rekkles is not behind in this game. That simply means that you know, wherever Jiizuké goes, he's going to be the stronger member. We know the Sion is going to be more than fine against this Maokai here. So at the moment, Fnatic don't really have a good lane to play around. They just have to accept that they're probably going to keep just getting poked down. They're going to lose all the objectives in the river, and they're eventually going to also lose another turret, unless there's some sort of outplay they can make around Rekkles and Hylissang. Level 6 there for Braum. Sadly, all the flashes from Minitroupax Jactroll, they're back up. So Fnatic can't really go for an easy play that. So now you gotta give up Rift Herald. It's scaling time, but it's gonna take forever.
Yeah, they have the double scaling threats. Jactroll not gonna follow up here. Tempers the aggression. He knows Rift Herald is the objective for the team. Gilius gonna grab that one away. Deficio, we've been here before for Fnatic, to be fair. They were losing the early game against G2. They did come back with a Sivir. True. Composition. This is a Tristana Corki. It's a little bit different, but is this something they can rely on if they can get late enough in the game?
Yeah, that's going to be the win condition for Fnatic, is simply get late enough. Get 3-4 items on Corki and Tristana, and then use the fact you have Braum, Maokai, who are also super strong scaling picks, to just play team fights. But this meta, some of these games can be really quick. Snowballing is a lot easier due to the better Baron buff and the ban of command. So Vitality, full control. This is now their game to lose, because they should be able to just cleanly snowball this. The Rift Herald doesn't even get to charge the mid lane turret. They'll have to go for another one. Why not? 4 members pushing down.
And it's exactly what they want. Deficio, it is exactly what they want. And the bad news is, we know this is, you know, the banner of command meta. Uh-oh, what that thought? Because Hylissang, bye! Instantly gone. Good play from the Vitality lineup. Rift Herald's going to charge yet another tower.
Jiizuké, 12 minutes in, is 2,000 golds ahead of caps.
Yeah.
That is pretty big.
Yeah, you can see that. That is a massive difference. Top lane doing well because of global gold. Jungle even catching up. 0-0-5 scoreline that Gilius is happy to have. All that trash talk seems like it was well-deserved. Rekkles, though, hit us with the classics.
So this, again, we talk about the top lane, or where Rekkles is. That's the one place Fnatic can still do something, and they're trying now.
He just used net.
Oh, he just walked away.
If he walks forward for even a second.
Hey, Minitroupax, go into this brush for absolutely zero reason.
Oh, you see
what
Rekkles
happens.
in range. You really want to hit Rekkles. Well, no, didn't work. See, he knows. This is a man who has watched a Fnatic VOD ever. He goes, bushes, bad.
Now let's see. There's only the top lane out of turret left. They've already gotten the first Drake. Next one is Infernal. Why not? Even better for Vitality. Grab that bad boy for yourself. Get that top lane tier 1 tower, because you are so strong. And this ban of command on Sion is going to make it really annoying for sOAZ to be in the side lane, because he truly, as an Maokai, cannot really kill it. It's a little bit easier, at least for Cabochard. He has the Q to help.
All right, but let's be clear here. This is the worst possible banner killing team. Maokai's all magic damage. Corki, including his auto attacks, is just about all magic damage. He's like 95% magic damage. If Vitality get a Baron, I don't actually know if Fnatic have any way to stop this.
No, they should be able to get so much from it.
The good news is, guys, sOAZ, the People's Champion, master of the dog champs, has used absolutely 0 minion dematerializer stacks to help him in lane.
This is just for stalling, man. He's just going to use it on the banner minion. Hylissang also saved 3 on his side, so there are 9 banner of command minions that can die to these dematerializers before Fnatic will have to just say, okay, we can't stop the next one.
The comp, not great. The runes, on the other hand, very good at killing these banner of command minions.
That means stalling, but Vitality are still the team in full control. I want to see that top lane tower go down. I want to see Jiizuké go up there, 4 mana, take it down, potentially kill someone as well. I want to watch sOAZ try and kill a banner of command minion. That's never going to happen. Gilius is here. They know Jiizuké's on top side. Let's see what they can do. Rekkles hiding in his own little brush. And that's top lane tier 1 tower going down. Now what you can do as Fnatic is make a cross-map play. That means you now go bot lane to try and kill the Sion.
The downside
But they're not doing that.
It's a Sion.
It is, but you are 3 versus 1. Potentially isolated. I think, just go bot lane now. Now it's too late, so he's gone. Like, either you pull off this play immediately as you see them go top, but now that's not going to happen, and suddenly Fnatic.
Yeah, you talk about cross-map plays. TP coming in on the backside. Gilius is there. Maybe they can try to get their way out of this one. sOAZ is going to try to find the engage. TP comes in. Kitty Cats come out. Gilius is right in the middle of everything. Caps is in the backside. Jiizuké untouched currently, as is Minitroupax. 2-man knockup. Nice play coming in from Cabo. Does manage to brain hub Jiizuké. Oh, he goes in. Broxah wants a piece, but it might be too little. Too late. Does take him down in the end.
Oh, one more.
Oh, trap. Gonna get taken down. sOAZ now trying to run for his life. He's gonna heal up a little bit. Maokai just too tanky. The Vitality coming away out on top again.
Double TP used by Fnatic trying to make that play. They knew that something could have happened. If maybe they got like one kill without losing anyone, they could buy more time. But in the end, Vitality still win the fight. And Jiizuké picks up another kill for himself. Fnatic lost another turret top side. Did not get anything bot side because the reaction, sadly when you're behind it is hard, but the moment Vitality group top, Fnatic can try and make play bot, but it was too late. And then instead we get this fight where all of Vitality are already around and they are really far ahead.
And just unfortunate for Cab. Positions himself on the side. Fnatic walk right into that funnel. That is Cabochard's dream when he picks this Sion. Follow-up comes through too. Good news is Broxah gets a kill. It's a shutdown. That's some gold back, but the fact that I'm celebrating that is a little grim, I think.
They're trying bot lane, but Vitality, they're reading it. All 5 members rushing down because Infernal Drake is alive, so they're naturally going to play bot side now. Fnatic, if they don't want to fight this Drake, they should have been top side instead, trying to kill the top lane tier 1, knowing that Vitality wants to secure Infernal, but they're trying to trap again. They're trying to find all these like cheesy ways to get something.
Yeah, but I mean, look at this. Vitality are positioned so that they can group as 5, whereas Caps would have to come in from a flank. And
But listen, guys, if you don't see anyone on the map, assume, especially Fnatic, that they're hiding in a brush somewhere.
oh yeah, it's the
They're all spam pinging down and being like,
you know this one. Remember the Garen in a brush theory?
Yes.
No, every brush that isn't warded has a Garen in it.
Minitroupax. Will he be the one? He's pinging it, so he
This
clearly
brush
knows.
does not have a Garen, folks. You know that. You have the ability to see, but it does have a kitty cat and a Tristana.
And you have not seen 3 Fnatic players for like a minute. Now they see Rekkles coming from this brush, confirming, oh yes, he was there. Vitality already got the Infernal Drake.
Okay, Deficio, I see this all the time, and I see it work all the time, but is this the right play from Fnatic?
I personally don't think so. I think it's a really greedy way to try and get back that relies on the enemy team making a really dumb mistake. I think instead, if you know they're playing on one side, you put your AD carry, who's still fairly strong in this game, on the opposite side of the map, and you try and at least trade a turret for an objective. It's obviously really difficult because you are down, but here, if Rekkles had committed to top side instantly after this whole play when Infernal Drake spawned, he would have a lot of time to at least get to that tier 1 tower, potentially kill it and get some gold for his team. But because they're setting up these traps, they're not getting anything. Like, there's 0 turrets, and Vitality still got the Infernal Drake.
It's rough. It's definitely rough. And the thing for me is you see Broxah, he's building full AD. We kind of expect this. Dustblade going to come out. In theory, maybe there's a world where he gets to a point where he can start to actually just one-shot through these carries, but Thresh, not the best in terms of supports, but very good at peeling a Kha'Zix, I think, in most circumstances. The flame,
Also very
hook.
good when you're ahead, because he can be a playmaker, and he can be aggressive. So if you flash Flay onto like a Tristana, there's a high chance he's not getting out of that one. And that's ways for Jactroll to be aggressive now the team is so far ahead. Baron is spawning soon. Should of course be the objective for Vitality. We know that Azir can just kill it in a few seconds. We saw that yesterday. Gilius and Jiizuké can just jump over the wall from behind the Baron, kill it, while the rest of the team pushes mid and top.
Yeah, now looking for it. 30 seconds out. Very, very strong lineup. Insane Baron taking potential, but the Azir pretty comfortable. Now gonna look for the dive on the bottom side. Cabo, though, gonna get the 2-man knockup. Immediately the CC to follow. sOAZ happy to tank this one out. Now looking for it. The path back in. Rekkles gonna get the double.
Can he ult away? He's ulting!
He's just gonna make it out.
Baron is spawning in
Baron is
10
seconds.
They can just take top lane turret.
He's gonna kill the entire wave.
He's gonna walk away now.
This is a wholesome show.
Yeah, Fnatic
No,
tried to make that play.
You can't kill anybody. This is
Should have maybe tried this 5 minutes ago, but anyway.
now they're gonna try to collapse on it, but there's multiple members of the team. There's a lantern right there. Broxah commits. Oh, he's gonna feel like a fool.
They're
now.
starting Baron already.
It's in their sights. What's it gonna be at? This Baron could be huge. This could be the make or break
Broxah's
point.
behind.
2K. Oh, Broxah, you want a hero moment. This could be it, but they're gonna let it reset. Vitality not taking
That's
any
good.
risks here.
I like that. You don't have to risk it. You can legit set up this Baron play again, and Fnatic shouldn't be able to stop you. So, not risking a 50-50. Fnatic got a turret. Didn't kill Cabochard.
Didn't kill Cabo. He escaped. Fun, interactive Sion ultimate. Takes him to safety.
Okay. Push mid. Get top lane pushing for Vitality. two-man the Baron with Gilius and Jiizuké. The answer for Fnatic is move in and try and stop it, and the Vitality turns around and takes the fight.
So this is the classic Fnatic, dude. We see this all the time. This
Look how many wards they got in there. They got 3 wards to try and check the Baron.
But we have multiple members of Fnatic committed on the bottom sides of, and one of them is Broxah, who's doing Krugs right now. If Vitality start right now, they might be able to take this uncontested.
Well, they don't know that Broxah is down here, but they know they can just start it and take the fight. I like double control ward, one outside, one inside. So you kill everything inside, and you know there's some wards being put outside as well. You get them as well. Full control for Vitality. Now push mid once again. Top lane is already going in your favor, and then you can sneak in and grab the Baron.
Bad news is there's no Warmog, so it's hard for them to bait too hard. Would have to commit to it if they want to go in.
That is a good point. I think if you are Vitality, you're still very confident in your 2.5 item Azir. So maybe they do wait for Warmogs before they actually make the final play. sOAZ is here, moved his way towards the mid lane. Might get a fight, because Fnatic's way out now is stall and try and win a fight. Otherwise, you lose Baron.
Talked about it already. Stalling out.
Oh, they're going to get jumped on. Look at Gilius, he's behind them.
To find it.
There we go.
Slingshot going to come over the wall. Nice flash from Caps. Is going to take him out of safety. Suddenly Gilius is caught in the middle of everybody, and he's going to get picked off. Passive, going to keep him alive for now. Can they find the re-engage? Jactroll not going to be able to get the connect. Gilius is going to go down. Maybe this is the tournament for Fnatic. Rekkles not going to use the reset. They're curbing the aggression here.
Man.
They're backing off.
That was the biggest play possible for Fnatic. Looked like Vitality found a good opening to engage from 2 different angles, but Gilius dropped down quickly. Cabochard did not use TP on their passive either, and Gilius.
sOAZ is here, but he doesn't have.
Oh, but he can point and click, man.
Jiizuké. Ooh, nice timing. He's still going to knock it back, but Jiizuké goes down in the end. Good play from Rekkles. Comes in. Broxah poking out. They're not going to look for the follow-up. May just turn their sights on the Baron.
This could be a huge comeback from Fnatic. Vitality had everything in their favor when it comes to getting that early Baron. They got the banner. Fnatic, though, keep stalling and also still sitting with dematerializers in case they lose the Baron. So a lot of ways to stall, especially after winning a fight here. See what happens again. It's Gilius behind them. Jactroll is not here yet, so the damage is not in range. It's just the 2 tanks from Vitality only. And that just makes it too easy for Fnatic to just kill Gilius.
Yeah, and they miss Sion ult and the Zac Elastic Slingshot in, so it just falls apart.
And then one of the reasons that Maokai is always a fine pick when you want a team fight is you can point and click on stuff. And then, yes, he can knock you away, but Azir stays in place. And sadly for Vitality, they lose 2 kills.
And it's important, I think, we remember the implications of this match, Deficio. Right now, if Vitality win, you think, oh, they're going to tie it up. Actually, they own the head-to-head against Fnatic if they win here, so they will be undisputed first place in Europe between these 2 teams.
But the fact they just lost this fight, Fnatic now gets an Infernal Drake. They keep stalling. They're going to get to late game, it feels like. Vitality still need to play around Baron. That is their objective to get. They need that top lane pushing for them, and then they need Jiizuké in range of the Baron so he can actually burn it down. But Gilius still no Warmogs on his side, so as you highlighted before, Drakos, it does hurt him a lot with the amount of damage he's going to take if they can't fully secure it.
Yeah, very close. Harder to find the tanky option. sOAZ is working towards the Spirit because it's going to come out first. A lot of magic resistance. Knows that Gilius is the big threat.
sOAZ keeps doing a really good job bot lane. Gets the push, he then leaves so that someone needs to go catch the wave, and sOAZ doesn't have to blow early TP. Now he might have to because it's getting started. This is what we want to see from Vitality.
They have no vision.
Fnatic should know that this is happening. They get a blue trinket down.
5K and drop, and Broxah needs to make his way in immediately. Jactroll's trying to find the Kha'Zix. Can he get out of hit? But he's still leaves it. He gets it! Oh, God! The turn, the burn. He gets deleted, but that is exactly what Fnatic wanted. sOAZ now looking for the follow-up, but it's not going to be there. Beautiful steal comes in from Broxah.
It should have been such a clean snowball from Vitality, but everything has gone wrong. Everything has gone in favor of Fnatic. They win the fights, they get the Infernal Drake, and then they steal the Baron to buy even more time. They might even get ahead in gold now. Dude, they were so far.
This is literally a scene from Mission Impossible, man. This is like the leap in, defuse the bomb moment, keep the world running, and that's exactly what happens for Fnatic.
Their mid laner is still 0-4. But he's farming.
He's at 2.5 items, man. He's getting close to the rapid fire cannon. Now Rekkles is on 3, arguably more terrifying. But let's... Here it goes. Bam. Got him.
Gilius Smite would have dealt 680 damage.
And look, guys, you know you've been there. You're laughing, but you've been there. You know new stealth is so frustrating. He didn't even know Kha'Zix was contesting. He's got vision on the other side of the pit. He goes, we're good, guys. We got this. It's uncontested. Immediately taken away. Oh, God.
Stealing everything away from Gilius. Oh, that was so close. The Baron did drop down under 700, then actually heals slightly back up to 700 and then drop back down again to 678, and that's when Broxah came in and hit Smite.
In Deficio, we look back on what actually happened in this game. We saw Fnatic really good level 1. They get the start, and then it starts to fall apart, right? Jactroll roams up, Jiizuké, he's on top of the world, and then mid-game. They can't get the clean Baron, they can't get the clean setup. Even with Fnatic spending half their time in a brush, they still can't find the advantage, man.
It's unbelievable. They should have no way back in the game. When they fell so far down, it's Vitality having to use the dematerializer right there to kill the cannon.
Stack.
And we gotta say it, I don't want to just always blame junglers for these smites when it is, you know, coming down and it's so close, but Gilius and losing the Baron to the enemy jungler has become a very iconic duo this split in the EU LCS. Memento stolen a lot away from him, Maxlos grabbed one, now Broxah gets one as well, and it really sets Vitality behind now. They still have fine late game scaling, but we talked about how, you know, the support matchup is in favor of the Braum. We know that Corki wants to just get to that late game point, and he becomes such a tough champion to deal with. Maokai scaling is insane. Like, there's a lot of things in favor of Fnatic, and it was the one win condition they had. Get to late game.
Yeah, and look, like, Vitality have been such a good early game team, right? They snowball these leads, they play so proactively. Gilius sacrifices himself to get Jiizuké ahead. We finally saw that again. We've been waiting to see it. But then we also see some of the same weaknesses we saw where when they don't have that big lead, when they can't find those picks, it's hard for them to close out. And Fnatic have been like the quintessential late game team here, drafting for it just about every game. I cannot imagine a worse opponent to face a scaling composition against.
Well, Vitality will have to show us they can win the late game fights. Azir, Caitlyn could definitely do it on their side. They have double tank as well in Gilius and Cabochard. But a lot of this is now going to be on Jiizuké. Like, he's the man who picked up all the kills. He got off to that great start when they were camping mid. Now he takes a ton of damage from Rekkles.
Well, does try to clear the wave. And this is brutal. Good news is, they're fading away. Now, I have just been told a very sad statistic for Vitality fans, and that is that this has been the 9th Baron that was stole away from Gilius
The 9th
season. 9th!
9 Barons!
Taken from this man. He has been robbed. The things he loved, stolen from him. Broxah, you thief!
And I thought it was a turnaround yesterday.
No, but I mean, like, and the thing is like, I don't know enough about smiting Barons at a competitive level to say this is awful, this should never happen, Gilius, but I do know that it has to be frustrating for him, right? Because there's no way you go into a game like this where you're doing so well, you finally sneak a Baron, you think you got it, and it gets taken away from you. It has to be frustrating.
I always feel like the role where there's the most pressure on you, it's the jungle. Funny enough, both in solo queue and in competitive, because you're always going to get blamed for the Barons, always. And you're always going to get blamed for the early game as a jungler. If the enemy jungler gets a kill and you didn't get one, you're going to get blamed. I just feel like you can always use the jungler as this, like, the one person you can all point at and just laugh at and yell at him. Even though it's not his fault, you can do it. So playing at jungler can be rough.
Yeah, we're going to have to see, though. Is Gilius going to crumble under the pressure?
Look at sOAZ. He's sneaking behind. The cat will give it away, though.
They haven't seen the cat yet. They don't have vision of that.
Probably heard the sound of like, or whatever a cat says.
They can't see it.
That's not what a cat says.
Yeah, it's a cat.
It's Maokai cats.
Yeah, Maokai.
He's doing it.
Here it
Cats.
Looking for a way into the fight. Cats, not going to do much.
Not very effective. You just sending the cats alone. They didn't do anything. Infernal Drake, that's what we're fighting for.
Takes it down. Minitroupax actually can grab that one, so neither jungler getting the best of the smite. Minitroupax wondering why he even has a jungler if he can take the Drake away.
Doesn't trust in Gilius anymore. He needs to do everything on his own.
It's just the cats, man. They're just so loud. They just telegraph the engage. Wait, what is this?
That is to stop 2 recalls. Rekkles already ran back to base. Can they get in range to fight? Cabochard ulti.
Oh, Broxah's there. Jactroll's going to have to be quick on this play if he wants to stop the fight from going. sOAZ is going to get locked up. Jiizuké safely on the backside. He could just get cut down. sOAZ is going to try to disrupt. Flash over the wall to safety, but he's just so low.
It's burning though. Nice
can they get any more? No! Now Rekkles is here to turn him, but Gilius may have overstepped. Cabo needs to find a way out. Got the Dark Lantern to take him to safety. So close there in that exchange.
And I got a little bit scary. Vitality with the double Infernal will be so important now that we're going into the late game and have trying. Wait, that's
TP flank. TP flank. sOAZ's ult again, it looks like, is going to go in, is going to try to keep the team locked down. They're going to take down Jiizuké. Fnatic are looking for the turn. Here come the Cats one more time. Unstoppable, but not unkillable. Gilius cut down where he stands.
Classic sOAZ move. It looks like they're catching him, but in the end, he's catching them. That's 2 kills for Fnatic. That's bot lane in it. Are they looking for the Nexus Turret? They got a minion here.
Oh, Vitality,
so
this is your Alamo. You need to find a chance. He's going to get the knock up into one. Minitroupax, can you be the hero your team needs? Hylissang trying to stop it from happening. Rekkles on a killing spree. Fnatic may just look for it here. sOAZ punts him back into the team. Are they going to be able to hit on Minitroupax? He has taken down Hylissang. He's trying to get something. Caps is going in. He wants to kill the AD carry. Can he get it? Sidesteps from Minitroupax. There's still 2 towers alive. Fnatic playing on the edge of insanity, walking away with the tower.
A little bit of a misunderstanding from Fnatic there. Caps was recalling. He wanted to TP in on a minion.
Deficio, there's another TP.
Oh, now it's Cabochard's turn.
Oh, can they stop the backs?
He's on his way. Ult in just a few
Can they
seconds.
stop the backs?
Yeah, to stop some of them.
sOAZ can use them as an escape path.
But he's alone right now.
Trying to find the knock-up, does manage to hit Caps. Rest of the team is coming. 2 members knocked up. Caps gets taken down. Back and forth, baby. sOAZ gonna get knocked up and deleted.
Woo! Match of the week version 2. Right now, back and forth fights. Caps recalled near that base because he wanted to get full HP and then TP in on a minion to try and see if maybe they could finish it. But then the rest of the team actually dove onto Vitality to fight them. They didn't wait for Caps to return. Could have been a small misunderstanding, but in the end, 1 Nexus turret died. Okay, I'm not sure how far back we are. Oh, this is all when the Drake died before. Vitality interrupt a few recalls, look for the first fight. Meanwhile, Baron is dying. That's more important than this replay. We gotta go to that Baron.
Broxah gonna take it away. Focus up. Does get taken down. Gilius not giving up another one.
He was around. He could have snuck in there, tried to steal it. All right, the rest of the replay, just quick recap. They didn't kill on one at first. Then sOAZ went back. He TP'd in behind Vitality.
Yeah, and then they did stuff.
And then he secured 2 kills.
Yeah.
And then
Cabo
Fnatic
TP'd.
No, first Fnatic tried to win by getting inhib and turret, but then Caps recalled to TP in, and then Cabochard TP'd in behind Fnatic and killed Caps.
So if you ever wanted to know if it's a chaotic game, just if Deficio's replay description goes more than 20 seconds, it's a chaotic game.
And then Fnatic lost the Baron. Vitality secured it. They got it on their side now. They're still dematerialized on Fnatic's side, however, so it's not going to be that effective with the Baron.
Oh, they do still manage to get the knockup. He does face check that one. Good interruption comes in from Gilius. He is there to save his mid laner. Woo! Gets out with the Lantern, baby! Style points. Wants to keep it up. Is going to back off. Cats come in onto the side, but there's no follow-up there. Vitality getting the pick in the end.
And Broxah tried to flash out of the Zac ulti, but he didn't get out of range, so he still got pulled back. He just died. Fnatic still get a mid lane turret. Have to now go back. That's a giant wave. But Vitality's Baron buff has been slowed down a bit. This gold graph, yep, really,
yeah, that's the story of the game.
Really highlights this game. Super back and forth. Can still swing back to Vitality if they play really well in the next team fight.
We're just looking for a waveform here, folks. Back and forth, up and down. Get a nice beat going with our gold graph. You can hear the communication on stage tense. Both the teams know how serious this is. sOAZ continues to wait in a brush, ready to find that flank one more time. Could be what his team needs to bring it home to victory.
Not often I see Essence Reaver on Caitlyn because she doesn't really use her spells that much when it comes to late game damage. There's no like 80 attack speed steroids she needs. Does of course work with the net, which can be crucial in a late game fight, and he wants to get as much crit as possible on his side, but
yeah. I mean, 100%.
Not the standard.
Definitely not, but as you said, 40% CDR should now come in, which means that the net will be up pretty reliably.
It's an 8-second cooldown for Minitroupax with the net at the moment.
It's a nice, matches up. Slow siege from Vitality, minion dematerializers, 3 stacks for sOAZ, 1 stack for Hylissang. Are going to use this one, is going to take someone to approach. sOAZ comes in from the side, uses the ultimate.
Someone needs to get in range and actually use dematerialize on this. There we go, it's
nice.
gone. 2 stacks left for sOAZ, 1 left for Hylissang, so they can keep doing this. This will not be the way Vitality can win the game, and we've now seen this a few times in the LCS. Getting Baron plus a minion is not auto-win. There are ways against it. This is a non-cannon being buffed up by Cabochard. Will still do a lot of damage.
Still the slow siege, looking to get another inhibitor. Matchup with what Fnatic have presented. Rekkles gets the free hits, doesn't have the armor penetration yet though, so Cabo just not concerned.
Oh, that might be a kill.
Gonna pull back the immediate ulti follow-up, trying to find the disengage. Jiizuké off to the side. Just the one kill picked up now.
All right, one kill for them. 10 seconds on the first Elder Drake. Double Infernal on the side of Vitality. They can now grab it. 4 members of Fnatic alive. Hylissang still 30 seconds. Let's see if Fnatic can trade for anything if they don't want to contest it. There's a top lane wave. But Cabochard can just go back and defend it.
Cabo in the mid lane.
Big play here. Hylissang got caught by the hook and ended up dying. Crucial, crucial pick for Vitality. Game is still wide open. The carries in the late game.
Let's check in, let's check in. We have almost full build. 5 items comes in for Jiizuké. 5 items, not quite coming in for Minitroupax. Maybe make an argument for the QSS, but 4 strong on the side of Rekkles. Still needs a little bit of armor penetration, but instead going for that 100% crit chance. He wants to hit hard every single time. Interesting too, you can see when there's a Corki and a Tristana, everybody's going to be building the ninja tabbies. Having a Kha'Zix doesn't hurt either. And I mean, we talked about the junglers being the ones under pressure. I feel like there is a lot of pressure for Broxah. They picked this for him. They got him ahead in the early game. He got himself ahead with a farm, but now he needs to execute in these team fights. Man, he needs to find that flank or this champion just doesn't do anything.
It's always hard to play Kha'Zix in late game fights. As the enemy team splits up, as you just highlighted there. Reminder, Vitality, if they win, they get first place because they will be 2-0 in their head-to-head against Fnatic. Fnatic wins, they of course will remain #1 in the EU LCS. These teams are fighting to secure top 2. Wanna get the bye weeks, go straight to the semi-final. A lot of damage on the caps. I guess that's another value of the cooldown reduction from Minitroupax. More ultis.
Not bad. Plenty more ace in the holes. Interesting though, Deficio, I don't think we expected Vitality to come in looking this good after 2 back-to-back down weeks. It did not feel like they were up there with Fnatic and G2 when it comes to competing for a top spot in Europe.
A lot of the other teams, a lot of the other pros were counting them out, saying, no, these guys, they've lost it. You know, it's easy to play against them, just stop Jiizuké from snowballing, and they got nothing. Well, fun fact, Fnatic didn't stop Jiizuké from snowballing. Caps died 3 times the first, 10 minutes. And Vitality have been playing well in this game, and now they still need to finish it.
sOAZ using the ulti to flank, but there's no follow-up. Fnatic are backing off. They're just going to give up this inhibitor. 2 down for Vitality.
Vitality looking for something with that Elder Drake, plus the double Infernal. A lot of bonus stats for the carries. Fnatic are playing super defensive. Jactroll trying to predict the juke from sOAZ.
Double super minion wave, triple super minion wave. No magic immunity that makes it hard. Jiizuké takes a lot of damage. Can't afford to face check caps like that. TP goes in on the top side. Fnatic trying to make Vitality pick a hard choice here. But they now going to try to turn and burn. Looking for a little bit more. The flash forward from Jactroll. He's trying to pick off the tank. Can they get the fight started? Meantime, Caps is pushing on the top side. It's a desperation play for Fnatic. But will it be enough? sOAZ is gone. The entire team of Vitality is alive and well. Caps has... Oh, he has the super empowered
Someone needs to go back and stop him. TP from Cabochard coming in.
Is it going to be enough? If he can kill the tower, he might be able to take it. Backing off. Will this cost the team?
Now we have Caps missing when it comes to defending, but there are no minion waves. Vitality can't just finish the game. They got the 1 kill onto sOAZ.
Oh, 30 seconds on Baron. sOAZ will be alive with TP. It takes less than 5 seconds for Vitality, or more than 5 seconds for Vitality to take that one.
Everything now resets for just a moment. Top inhib gone on the side of Vitality, but they have, of course, killed Fnatic's mid and bot lane inhib. No Nexus turrets on Fnatic's side dropped, despite a big push with the Elder Drake from Vitality. So we now get ready for a Baron play once again. Caps is actually sneaking bottom side. He will get spotted by a control ward, so he's not going to be able to surprise anyone. Did he look, or was he looking somewhere else?
This would not be the first time we've seen that happen today. It was Hansama who got caught.
He's going to get the bot lane inhib, but he has no TP. So when he commits to that, he's going to give up the Baron to Vitality. He's going straight for it.
No hesitation.
Wait, he's going for the Nexus turret.
They're TPing in. Oh, Fnatic, there's no. You cannot win a game like this. You cannot do this.
Can they stop the recalls? They have to.
Cabochard on here. He's Minitroupax as well.
There are no minions for Fnatic, so they couldn't kill the turret in time. There might be a fight happening near the Baron as well.
Caps takes so much damage. Good knockback, Minitroupax. Oh, the kill comes comes in. That is massive. sOAZ now running for his life. Meanwhile, look at the picture-in-picture. There's another fight going down. Gilius has died. 2 for 1 could be in favor in the end. Rekkles now unstoppable. It is a bloodbath, Deficio.
That was a 2 for 2. Fnatic tried to get the Nexus turret down. They used TP from sOAZ. Meanwhile, they managed to kill Gilius and Jiizuké near the Baron. They lost their tank in their mid laner. 3v3, Hylissang, will he try and catch Jactroll? It is a no for now. Broxah sneaking around as well, but Minitroupax, he's strong. He's ready to carry.
Full build.
Everyone is yelling, by the way, on the Vitality side because there's so many things happening. You gotta communicate like backdoors, potential engages.
Top wave is pushing. Who has TP? Right now it's no one. Vitality might have a moment, Deficio. Might have a 1,300 damage crit to the Baron. That's a pretty good sign that they might be able to take this one, but they decide to back off in the end.
They have no jungler and Broxah is alive, so they can't do it. They tried to deceive Fnatic, ran towards them so they could turn and fight them, but no one did. Broxah still around. Jiizuké will grab the wave. TP from Caps and sOAZ on cooldown, so they can't just go up and kill that last turret. Mind that the Caps was spotted on a control ward bot side a long time ago when he moved in there, so they kind of saw what he... I think they were probably expecting him to go for bot inhib and not straight for the finish because he had no minions. Meanwhile, Baron is still alive. Elder Drake coming fairly soon. If Vitality get that second Elder Drake, it is the biggest buff possible in League of Legends, especially with Infernal Drakes on your side.
Absolutely crazy. If they were be able to get it. Haven't gotten it yet, though. Would take a massive fight from both sides. Items coming through. Broxah lagging behind in terms of itemization, but so is Gilius.
Easier for Gilius to have an impact in a team fight because he's just a big blob, a big tank. Broxah needs to execute properly, otherwise he gets one shot. There's no GA on his side. He will get it eventually, but it's not here now. Potential fight around mid. Caps
for the flank. Jiizuké will get locked up as well, but they're just trying to buy a bit of time. Double empowered melee minions. Attack speed is actually insane if they can get close, but they're not going to get the chance.
We currently have 1 minute on Caps' teleport, and that's important because they still got minions pushing top. He might try and TP in and finish the game if it is ready in time, but it's on cooldown for about 40 seconds now. Rest of Vitality actually recalling. Cabochard gets out with the Lantern. Big wave getting towards that Nexus turret top lane. And Jiizuké will kill it, but this gives Fnatic control over Baron. They know Jiizuké is far away.
They're going to start it, no hesitation. Gilius is there. You want redemption, this is the chance. Can you steal back from Broxah? Can you take what is yours, Gilius?
He's coming!
Goes into the pit. Is he going to be able to get it? No, take it down. Rekkles grabs it for the team. Vitality now need to make their play. Looking for a little bit more as Cabochard does go in. Can't find anything else.
Jiizuké is not here yet.
Now backing off. sOAZ is still locked in the pit. They may be able to grab a pick, but was it worth giving up 1 life in exchange? Elder Dragon is 40 seconds away. The biggest buff possible in League of Legends. Available for Vitality if they can find it.
sOAZ's TP will not be ready in time to join the fight. Push out top lane for Vitality, push out bot lane, and get ready to start the Elder Drake. Fnatic had actually a 5 versus 4, at least for a moment, after they got the Baron, because Jiizuké was running from base, but he wasn't there in time. It's all about the Elder Drake now.
32% increased AD and AP if they manage to get it. Double the effect of a single Ocean Drake. 135 plus 90 per stack. 270 plus that 135. Absolutely oppressive. True damage, folks. Fnatic get this. It's just the first one. If Vitality get it, they can end the game. Will they find the opportunity? Caps is trying to TP in. Cabo is there and he's waiting. So 4v4.
Caps is trying to draw Vitality away from the Elder Drake by forcing a potential backdoor. It bought a bit of time. Now he's moving down. Cabochard had to cancel his team because he was ready to take the fight. So many small things that could instantly blow the game wide open. It's all about Caps being annoying on top lane, but that TP is on cooldown now. Vitality, all 5 members here. sOAZ needs to walk from base. He's almost here. He's going to be here in time. This play from Caps actually bought enough time for sOAZ to join the team.
They have the man advantage. Cabo's coming though, and he has the ultimate available. Line of traps has been set up. Expect to see the ult from sOAZ shortly if they want to stop this play from going down. Broxah, can he find the steal? Instead, they're going to try to pick off Cabo. Has to use the ultimate defensively. Immediately, sOAZ turns. He sees the goal in his sight. Minitroupax Gonna allow Jactroll to body block. Can they take
It's
the
going
down?
low.
4K dropping. Broxah, hero moment. This is your chance. 3K getting ever lower. Who's actually gonna take it in these? Broxah gets it! Are you kidding me? Takes it back, gives his life, but saves the day for Fnatic.
They gotta kill as well onto Gilius. They now have the Elder Drake buff. They can go towards the base. There are 2 open inhibs and only 1 Nexus turret. That was the biggest play possible for Broxah, and he won the Smite duel.
Everything on a single play. He may not have found the kills, he may not have found the plays on the Kha'Zix, but he found the smites, and that is what mattered. Vitality now in a desperate hold on their base. Cabo wants to turn it, wants to see what he can do. The knockup does go in, the hook to follow. Jiizuké, Minitroupax untouched, but sOAZ finds his way to the backline. The instant delete from Rekkles. The reset, bouncing through the team.
He's gotta kill him
Cabo
now.
says no, backing off, looking for a little bit more. The bomb shuts him down. Cabo running for his life. Fnatic cleaning house. I cannot believe it. Broxah on the back of 2 steals keeps Fnatic in first place, the only 10-win team.
Fantastic comeback from Fnatic. Clutch smites from Broxah. Big fight in the end to close out the game, but Vitality had everything. Stomped Caps in the mid lane, ready to set up Baron. Jiizuké had 5 kills in the early game. And Fnatic managed to get back in this game.
Deficio. I don't know. Just outstanding patience. They kept it together. They continuously tried to find a way back into the game. They managed to pull it out in the end. And I'm not going to say it was pretty. It was not pretty. It was an absolute mess,
But man, it was exciting and entertaining. Like both Fnatic games this week, both of matches of the week, as we call them now.
We talk so much about top teams. We talk about X Factor, the people who are willing to make plays, the people who are willing to innovate. Fnatic had those players in those clutch moments today. The insane TPs, the back and forth, 2 clutch steals from Broxah.
Yeah, we talk a lot about that. I want to talk about, to me, an unsung hero of this game, and that was sOAZ. I think sOAZ on the Maokai had control in his lane, roamed in to constantly try and buy time back when Vitality was supposed to go for the early Baron. He then had really good TPs into the fight and good ultis that zoned Vitality from just like rushing down and a big objective. So he ends up, just being a big tank in the front, but the creativity from him and also Caps with some of the TPs made this game so hard for Vitality to play once they didn't get that early Baron.
My favorite part was honestly the last fight, Deficio, where they catch Cabo, they go in just enough to force his ult, and then immediately sOAZ turns. He goes, yeah, you're out.
Yeah,
Bye.
Cat's that way.
Ult that way, Cat's that way, whatever the sound was you picked earlier. Immediately going
whatever
for the
that sound
pressure.
was. That's how Cat sounds in Denmark. That's just how it is. Please believe me. Jiizuké got all the kills he needed. Tried to carry as many fights as he could as well, but the very last one where the Elder Drake's on Fnatic's side, Rekkles just says, you know what, carry versus carry? He jumps in. 3 shots to Azir, and Fnatic can then clean house.
He goes, oh, wait, your soldiers need to attack for you?
Uh-huh.
My gun doesn't need
Soldier,
anything.
gun, in this case. I guess
versus
kind of the same,
guns, we
but
kind of know historically.
weird, yeah, soldier from Azir.
All right, well, after all the action, we want to know who you think deserves player of the game, so head over to @LL Esports on Twitter. Give us your pick. You can choose between Rekkles, sOAZ, and Broxah.
Yeah. And when you have this kind of game where the smite steals end up being so impactful, it's hard, not to give it to a jungler. But I think there were other players who really did well.
Yeah, definitely was the case. Well, for more on Fnatic's win, let's send it over to Medic and hear from their jungler.
Thank you very much, Drakos and Deficio. Great cast on the day. I'm joined by Broxah. And what on earth is it with Fnatic and late game games, Broxah? Just every game you play comes down to these minuscule decisions.
I mean, I don't know, to be honest. This game was crazy in so many ways, and my adrenaline is still pumping like crazy. I don't even know. It was really hype.
You got a massive smile on your face, and you're even shaking a little bit. You can tell the adrenaline's hitting you. I want to ask a little bit about how it feels to be in such competitive games as a pro player, because it must be quite taxing on you emotionally and physically as the game progresses.
Yeah, especially as a jungler in these type of games, where it literally relies on me stealing Baron, stealing Elder Drake. If I don't do this, then it's just straight lost. So obviously I'm playing under a lot of pressure this game. which can be hard to handle at times. But yeah, like especially when it comes to the smite and landing the smite, it means a lot to me because in the beginning when I played on the academy team, there were so many Broxvicious memes and all this starting. So being able to prove people wrong is nice.
Well, you're definitely doing it at the moment. Do you think jungle on 8.4 has more of an impact than perhaps in previous patches, with Baron being so contested, with the second Elder Drake there as well?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Like, I think playing jungle is a bit weird right now, in the sense that without trackers, it's so different in early game especially. Because yeah, now we've been playing with trackers for so many years, and now suddenly there's only red and blue smite, and I think this is the big thing. For teams to figure out how to play early game rather than making a big difference in late.
Okay, because originally, when you came into Challenger Series, you were kind of known more as an early game jungler. Like, I remember your Lee Sin, your Elise was very good as well. Are we going to see you go back to those sorts of picks?
If the meta allows me to, I guess.
Okay, well, we've got playoffs coming up soon as well. How are you feeling coming into playoffs? Is it something you feel set up for success in?
I think as of right now, I'm not too confident. Like, I believe that we can be the best team. And I think we are doing all right now. But I think our early game has been a bit of a struggle the past weeks. And I think as long as we can pull it together and make everything work in the early game, we can be the best team.
Well, that's a very good answer, a diplomatic answer as well, I think, a little bit there, Broxah. I want to congratulate you. You got player of the game that game. Very much deserved. We're going to hand it back across towards Sjokz for our post-game breakdown. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, Medic. Fantastic to hear from Broxah. I love hearing say those things, how much pressure there is on the shoulder of the junglers. Amazing. I don't have to tell you about it, but especially in a game like this, can't even imagine the kind of stress they're under.
Yeah, there's definitely so much to account for, and everyone relying on you to get that seal to actually like just continue the game is a lot of things falling on you.
A lot of things falling on his shoulders, because in the early game, it was all Vitality, it was all Gilius, and it was all Jiizuké. Let's take a look at a couple of highlights, because if things are working for Vitality, these two show up, and Gilius was Gilius today in the early game.
I loved his early playmaking. He understood his matchup perfectly. They even had assistance from Jactroll just roaming towards mid lane, but it was all around Gilius actually performing to what he was supposed to perform at.
And setting up his mid laners, setting up their bottom laners, and honestly putting a couple of kills on those carries so they can scale and so they can keep playing. And after that, it was really just choking out of Fnatic. Vitality didn't let off. They had their eyes set on the win, and I didn't think Fnatic would be able to come back. Vitality was pushing on that advantage.
Yeah, I already wanted to write the GG basically for them, because I thought at this point, especially when this TP play fails for sOAZ, I thought it was desperation time for them, and there was no way for them to come back. Basically, we have sOAZ coming in, they perfectly counter-gank this, and then Jiizuké even goes in to kill Caps just to put another statement out there.
Yeah, it seemed like there were no openings whatsoever. Fnatic, a lot of what we talked about, that we wanted to see some more from them in the early game, that we didn't want to see them rely on Rekkles and Caps in the late game, but it looked like they wouldn't even make it to the late game. Until Broxah touched on it. He stole Baron, but before that, Fnatic just took control of the game. Somehow, they won a fight. Somehow, they got back in it, and I think that deserves a word of praise for their resilience.
Yeah, their resilience was definitely there, especially Broxah just like having the confidence to just jump in, get the flash smite. Oh man, I feel bad for Gilius. Obviously, first smite still off of 2 in this game, but yeah, they find place on the map. sOAZ actually got caught before that, and then realized, hey, there are a couple of minutes I can TP to. Why don't I do that? And it's a perfect engage for them. They get a couple of kills, and it gets them back into the game, and even in the lead in this case.
Fnatic completely back in the game, stalling it out, and from there, the only way we can describe the rest of the game is drama, dramatic moves, steals an Elder Dragon, steal TPs, possible backdoors that don't work out, and then I gotta ask you, Amazing, Fnatic wins it in the end, but is that the way you want to win a game like this?
I don't know. I mean, if you like the drama, then definitely you want to win that way, but if you actually want to have clean games and be confident for players, I don't quite think this is the way to go. The thing we can hold on to, though, is the creativity in the late game. I think that's a really big point, because a lot of teams are so hesitant on pulling the trigger, and Fnatic really doesn't care. They really just go for whatever it is. Here we see Broxah jumping in, get another objective steal. They have TPs coming in, and it's just like the late game shot calling is there, their creativity is there, and that can maybe help them become players in a moment decision making where maybe the game is on the line.
Is that what separates people who win the championship from teams that are not able to lift the cup?
You always have to make those clutch plays and be able to. So yeah, it's a good asset for Fnatic to have. I still do think they have to be a lot cleaner, and Broxah already mentioned, the early mid game is iffy. And if they don't fix that, I think they can actually lose these games, and they should lose these games.
Well, right now, they won this game. They are the first place team in the EU LCS, but I love that you brought that up. We talked before the game about both teams and about how Fnatic can rely on Rekkles, can rely on Caps in the late game, but they shouldn't always be put in those positions, and that is exactly what we saw today.
Broxah just took over, sOAZ took over, like, the top side of the map that we criticized earlier basically did the game for them. sOAZ with the TP plays, Broxah with the smite steals, so definitely what we wanted to see.
Fnatic is our #1 team, for now at least. But when we come back, the top contenders, G2 Esports, look to secure a win as they face off against Giants in our final game of the week. And remember, if you want to watch Europe's best teams on the big stage in Copenhagen, you can buy tickets for the finals at eu.lolesports.com. And as we go to break, let's find out what Deficio puts between his buns.
Det handler om arven, hvor forfædres ære, de ofre, der smede vores land. Det handler om Valhalla, krigene kæmpede, kysterne raided. Det handler om den lidenskab og det engagement, vi dedikerer hver dag. Og det handler om blodet, sveden, tårne for arven i vores store nation.